Hey everybody, welcome back. There is no doubt about it that LinkedIn is the best B2B platform there is, with over 500 million global members. Lots of people set up a profile, maybe you did yours 5 years ago, and then they forget about it. But there are lots of new and possibly even old capabilities that you aren't using to your full advantage. That's why I'm here to talk to you today about 7 LinkedIn power tips. Now, LinkedIn is a really deep platform, and this is only going to scratch the surface of just a few of the things that you can do, but I bet that at least 1 or 2 of these things that I'm going to tell you about is going to spark some action on your part. And I also want you to stay tuned because I'm going to share with you the #1 success killer on LinkedIn. That one thing that if you do it, it's going to kill your chances of succeeding on LinkedIn faster than anything else. Okay, so let's jump right into it. #1, the headline. This is the area of text right after your name. Usually this is your title if you work for a company. But if you're an entrepreneur or you have your own business, this section of text you can tell a much deeper, more evocative story. In 2020, LinkedIn increased the number of characters that you can use in this section from 120 to 220. So if you haven't updated your headline section, you definitely should. And I want you to use every single character. Why? The headline is the most heavily indexed part of LinkedIn for LinkedIn search. So I want you to make sure to use all of it. When potential clients, or if you're looking for a job, this could be recruiters, search for a job title, or in the case of clients, they search for a capability, you want to show up. Here's your extra power tip. Use keywords. But if you can inject some personality into that because you now have these extra characters, definitely do that so you can stand out. #2 is the banner. This is the big image right at the top of your profile, obviously. Many people use a stock photo or some image that they took on their vacation, or horrors, they might even use the default LinkedIn image. That is a really bad look. You want to make sure that you look at this banner like a billboard on a highway. Use it as a promotional advertisement. Use it to promote your website or your most recent client work, some sort of a testimonial, a call to action, even possibly a lead magnet or some sort of community or a course that you're trying to promote. Use it to tell your business story. And the cool thing about it is that you can update it frequently. You can update it every day if you want. So when people are coming across your profile, they notice a level of newness and it'll grab their attention. #3 is portfolio and/or slideshow display. Is LinkedIn actually Behance or Adobe Portfolio? No, it's not. But LinkedIn can go a really long way in displaying your work. Why? Because when people are curious about you and they come across your LinkedIn profile, you don't want to make them have to take the extra step of clicking a link and going to a website, a portfolio site. You want to showcase your work right there on LinkedIn. Under every job listing, you have the capability of adding media files now. Word docs, PowerPoint documents, JPEGs, PDFs, even animated GIFs. So if you haven't done this already, but here's the power tip. LinkedIn gives you the ability to create multiple job positions at the same company. So if you're working at a company and you had been promoted a number of times into different titles, LinkedIn, of course, gives you the capability of having the company you worked for and the number of positions that you had. But the cool thing is that you can use this to your advantage to showcase your work. By creating multiple listing sections under your company or your agency, you can use these to feature projects from different clients or different portfolios, even different slideshows or pitch decks. You can even use animations if you want to by using GIFs. So this is a really great functionality that a lot of people haven't really parsed or figure out how to use in order to showcase their work so people don't have to leave to go to a portfolio site. You can show it to them right there. Now let's talk about the About section. The About section is #4. And the About section is the second most heavily indexed section on your LinkedIn profile. You have 2,000 characters in the About section. But LinkedIn doesn't display the entire About section at once. It actually only displays about 220 characters on desktop and 92 characters on mobile before you have to click a little more button. So the first couple sentences of your profile have to be really good and draw in visitors to click that more button and read more about you. So think about those first few sentences really heavily. Also, in the About section, you want to make sure that you create white space. On the internet, it's really hard to read monster dense sections of text, so make sure to break up your text with a lot of hard returns and bullet points. You want to use mini headlines, things like what I do, how I can help you, why what I do works, what others say, these are my passions, things like that. Create different sections so people can navigate it really easily. And you can also use emojis if you want, which is kind of cool, but I encourage you to kind of go light on those because otherwise you may look a little juvenile. Here's a little more advice on the About section. Like I said, start with a catchy opening sentence so people will click that More button. And then explain your present business role. Share the problems you solve, who you solve them for, demonstrate your skills and industry knowledge. And make sure that you use storytelling. Show your personality. Don't just be some boring professional business speak sort of person. This is not a resume. You want to make sure that the copy that you're writing is customer oriented. You want to speak to your target market. Make sure you're listing your capabilities and your skills as bullets, and think of this as SEO or keywords because it's really, as I said, heavily indexed for searchability. You want to make sure that you're including a client list if you can, testimonials, social proof quotes, things like that. And finally, at the end, make sure that you have a call to action, a CTA. What do you want them to do when they get to the bottom of your About profile? Do you want them to connect with you? Do you want them to write you an email, to download an ebook, to schedule a free Zoom with you? Whatever it is, you want to have a call to action at the end of your About section. Now, the fifth LinkedIn power tip is the name pronunciation recording. Now, what is this? This is a little functionality that LinkedIn gives you in case you have a name that's really hard to pronounce. It gives you the opportunity to record a 10-second clip of you saying your name so people can understand how it's pronounced. But the cool thing is that you can get creative with this. Maybe your name's Bob Jones, really easy to pronounce, right? So take this name pronunciation recording and say something fun, say something catchy, a call to action, some sort of a personal factoid that humanizes you and makes people smile and makes them want to learn more about you. Now, number 6 is a really cool one. It's the LinkedIn cover story video. Now, this only works on mobile, but if you go to your profile on mobile and look at your avatar photo, you'll see a little plus icon next to it. And if you click this plus icon, you have the option to record or upload a 30-second video. You can use that video to describe what you do, to showcase your personality, to talk about the sort of clients that you work with, have some sort of call to action. And when someone lands on your profile, they see a 3-second clip that shows in your avatar photo that just loops, and that clip is muted. And you can also choose exactly what section of your 30-second video that you want to have be that 3-second clip, which is really cool. And if you use an app like ScreenFlow or Camtasia, you can add text and graphics and music and animations and create a really highly produced video if you want. But the thing is, I don't want that to stop you. You don't have to create a really highly produced video. You can just record it immediately on your phone too, and just keep it really deeply authentic. And remember, don't be stiff, show a little bit of your personality. And finally, number 7. Now remember, I told you I was going to share with you the one LinkedIn success killer. This is it. Don't cold pitch. Remember, you want to personalize everything on LinkedIn. Your initial connection request, make sure to personalize it. Say where you heard about that person or where you found them or how you know about them or how you're mutually connected. And then make sure you personalize every single message or DM that you send. But here's the killer. Here's the LinkedIn death knell. Cold pitching in the connection request or in the very first DM is death. It is the quickest way to get unconnected and quickest way to get blacklisted. Remember, LinkedIn is about building relationships, real connections. So build one before you ask for anything in return. Make sure to comment on or share someone's posts, introduce them to another one of your connections, or send them an article that they'd like and tell them why it will help their business. Make sure to make a personal connection before you try to do any pitching. Now remember, LinkedIn is a really, really powerful tool, and they're innovating their platform almost daily. So especially if you're a creative pro, lots of creative pros don't know the first thing about what to do with LinkedIn, and they may see it as like some boring business suit sort of platform. But actually, for creative pros, that's where its real power lies for you. Because if you show up there and leverage the power of your profile and what you do and showcase your work there, you can massively stand out from the competition in your industry. So that's it. I hope you liked this video on 7 power tips for LinkedIn. And if you did like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and bang that notifications bell. And if you need help building your LinkedIn profile so you can get more clients and get more attention, reach out to me at philipvandusen.com and let's help you get your LinkedIn game blowing up. And with that, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.